What if I told you that one of Hollywood's biggest stars spent Christmas Eve not at a glamorous party, but in the freezing cold, helping a man who had nothing? This isn't just another celebrity story. What happened next will completely change how you see the meaning of kindness. Christmas is a time for joy, family, and celebration, a season of giving, laughter, and cherished moments. But not everyone has the privilege of basking in the warmth of the holidays. For some, like Sam, Christmas is a stark reminder of everything they've lost. No home, no family, no hope, just the cold reality of life on the streets. This isn't just another story about a celebrity doing good. It's about humanity at its core, about how one simple act of kindness can spark a ripple effect, transforming a life forever. On a freezing Christmas Eve, as most of the world gathered with loved ones, Tom Hanks did something extraordinary. He crossed paths with a homeless man and made a decision that no one saw coming. What happened next isn't just heartwarming. It's a testament to the power of compassion and the spirit of the holidays. Get ready, because this story will not only inspire you, but might just change the way you see the world. Sam was once the picture of stability, a skilled carpenter who took pride in crafting beautiful pieces of furniture. His hands, steady and precise, were his livelihood. But life doesn't always follow the plans we lay out. One fateful day, a workplace accident left Sam with a severe back injury. The doctors said he'd recover, but the recovery took too long. Jobs dried up, and the bills didn't stop coming. The savings he had carefully built over the years evaporated under the weight of mounting medical expenses. Soon, Sam couldn't pay his rent, and with no family to turn to, he was forced onto the streets. His tools, once a source of pride, were sold off one by one to keep himself afloat, until there was nothing left. By the time Christmas rolled around, Sam had been living on the streets of Los Angeles for nearly 2 years. The city was alive with holiday cheer, but for Sam, it was just another cold and lonely night. The bright lights and decorations that lined the streets didn't fill him with joy. They reminded him of everything he'd lost. While others rushed to finish last-minute shopping or gather with loved ones, Sam huddled in his usual spot outside a crowded coffee shop, trying to find some warmth under a threadbare sleeping bag. Sam wasn't one to beg. He believed in hard work, in earning his way. But the streets are unforgiving, and survival often means swallowing your pride. Most days, he relied on the kindness of strangers for a hot meal or a few coins. On Christmas Eve, he tried something different. Among the discarded items he'd found in an alley was an old, broken guitar. Though it was barely playable, Sam saw it as a lifeline. He sat on the sidewalk, strumming soft melodies that spoke of his pain and perseverance, hoping to earn enough for a sandwich, or at least distract himself from the freezing air. What Sam didn't know was that someone inside the coffee shop had taken notice. Tom Hanks sat by the window, sipping his coffee and enjoying a rare moment of solitude before heading to a family gathering. His evening had been peaceful, but something about the faint sound of music outside drew his attention. Tom's eyes settled on Sam, a man whose weathered face and weary expression told a story without words. The music wasn't perfect, but it was raw and hauntingly beautiful. It carried a sense of loss and longing that struck a deep chord in Tom. He couldn't look away. As the minutes passed, Tom found himself captivated. He wasn't just listening to a homeless man playing a broken guitar. He was witnessing a soul bearing its scars through music. The bustling holiday crowd outside seemed to fade away as Tom watched Sam, a man who had clearly seen better days, but still managed to create something beautiful amid the chaos of his life. Tom didn't know it yet, but he was about to change Sam's life forever. Sam could hardly believe what was happening. For so long, he'd felt invisible, like the world had passed him by. Yet here was Tom Hanks, not just a celebrity, but a genuine, kind-hearted person, taking the time to help him. That first night, Sam slept in a warm bed for the first time in years. The nonprofit had set him up in a small but cozy shelter where he could stay while working toward rebuilding his life. He couldn't stop thinking about how quickly everything had changed, and it all began with a simple act of kindness. The next morning, Tom stopped by the shelter to check on Sam. He brought along a few surprises: a sturdy new guitar and a notebook for Sam to jot down his music. "I want you to keep playing," Tom said with a smile. "You've got a gift, Sam, and the world needs to hear it." Sam was overwhelmed. "I don't even know how to thank you," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "You don't have to," Tom replied. "But if you ever get the chance to help someone else, do it. That's thanks enough for me." With the help of the nonprofit, Sam began attending workshops to sharpen his carpentry skills and started playing music at community events organized by the shelter. Every small victory felt monumental. Earning his first paycheck in years, buying new clothes, even reconnecting with a few old friends who had thought he'd disappeared. Tom's involvement didn't end with just one visit. Over the next few weeks, he quietly supported Sam behind the scenes, using his connections to give Sam more opportunities. One day, Tom arranged for Sam to perform at a local charity event. The room was packed, and as Sam strummed his new guitar, pouring his heart into every note, the audience was captivated. By the end of the night, Sam had not only earned a standing ovation, but also received multiple job offers. A local music teacher even offered to mentor him, helping him refine his craft and turn his love for music into a potential career. Sam's transformation wasn't just about financial stability. It was about rediscovering his sense of self-worth. The accident that had derailed his life no longer defined him. He was no longer just a homeless man on the street. He was a musician, a craftsman, and a survivor. But the most surprising moment came weeks later, when Sam was invited to a holiday dinner hosted by Tom and his family. Sitting around the table, surrounded by warmth and laughter, Sam realized he had found more than a second chance. He had found a community. "Tom," Sam said as they cleared the table that evening, "why did you stop to help me? You didn't have to." Tom paused, then smiled. "Christmas isn't about the gifts or the decorations. It's about reminding each other that we're not alone. And sometimes, all it takes is one person to show they care." Sam nodded, feeling the weight of those words. For the first time in years, he didn't feel invisible. He felt seen, valued, and hopeful. He vowed to carry forward the kindness he'd received, determined to one day help someone else the way Tom had helped him. As the days turned into weeks, Sam's life continued to improve. His music began to gain attention in the local community, and he even started a small carpentry business, crafting beautiful pieces for people who appreciated his talent. What stood out most to Sam, though, was how one act of kindness, one person choosing to stop and see him for who he truly was, had changed the entire course of his life. Tom Hanks had not only given him a second chance, but had also inspired him to believe in the goodness of people again. As Sam's journey continued, his life became a story of hope and transformation. The once broken man now stood in front of cheering audiences, pouring his heart into every song he played. His music wasn't just entertainment. It was a reflection of his struggles, his resilience, and his gratitude for the second chance he'd been given. The local music venue where he performed became his safe haven, a place where he could connect with others and share his story. It wasn't long before news outlets picked up on his incredible journey. Reporters came to hear him play and interview the man who had gone from sleeping on the streets to standing under the spotlight. Tom Hanks remained a quiet but steadfast supporter throughout it all. While he never sought recognition for his role in Sam's comeback, he couldn't help but feel proud as he watched Sam thrive. "I didn't do anything extraordinary," Tom told one journalist. "I just saw someone who deserved a chance and did what I could to help." But Sam believed otherwise. To him, Tom's kindness was a spark that ignited everything. He took the guitar Tom had gifted him to every performance, treating it as a symbol of the compassion that had turned his life around. Then, one night, Sam received an invitation that left him speechless. He had been asked to perform at a high-profile charity event in Los Angeles, an evening organized by some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry, including Tom. This wasn't just a gig. It was an opportunity to tell his story to a room full of influential people who could help amplify his mission. On the night of the event, Sam stood backstage, nerves buzzing through him. He thought back to where he'd been just weeks before, cold, hungry, and hopeless on the streets. As he looked out at the packed audience, including celebrities, philanthropists, and business leaders, he realized how far he'd come. When it was time for his performance, Sam walked onto the stage to thunderous applause. He took a deep breath, strummed his guitar, and began to play. His voice, raw and filled with emotion, carried through the room, weaving his story into every note. Halfway through his set, Sam paused to speak. "A few weeks ago, I was invisible, just another face on the street that people walked past. But one person chose to stop, to listen, and to help. That act of kindness saved my life." The audience was silent, hanging on his every word. I hope my story reminds all of us that no matter how small we think our actions are, they can make a difference. We all have the power to change someone's life. The room erupted in applause as Sam finished his set. He walked off the stage to find Tom waiting for him, a broad smile on his face. "You killed it out there," Tom said, pulling Sam into a hug. That night, Sam's performance raised thousands of dollars for homeless charities, and he left with new connections and opportunities that would continue to shape his future. But what mattered most to Sam was the chance to inspire others. As he reflected on his journey, he realized his story was about more than just his own redemption. It was proof that even in the darkest moments, kindness and hope could light the way. From that point on, Sam became a vocal advocate for homeless youth and adults, using his growing platform to push for change. He started mentoring others who had faced similar struggles, sharing not only his story but also the resources that had helped him rebuild his life. And as he played his music for new audiences, one thing became clear. Sam wasn't just telling his story. He was giving a voice to those who still felt invisible, proving that every life was worth saving. Today, Sam is no longer the man struggling to survive on the streets. By day, he's a skilled and in-demand carpenter, restoring homes and building dreams. By night, he transforms into a beloved musician, captivating local audiences with his heartfelt performances. His life is proof that no matter how far someone falls, the right support can help them rise again. Tom Hanks may not have set out to change the world at Christmas Eve, but his simple act of kindness changed Sam's world in ways no one could have predicted. By taking a moment to listen, offer support, and believe in Sam, Tom reignited a spark of hope that had nearly burned out. Today, Sam is paying that kindness forward. Using his platform, he advocates for homeless individuals, sharing his story to inspire empathy and action. He often says, "If one person could see me for who I truly was, maybe others can do the same for someone else." His words and actions have touched countless lives, proving that even the smallest gestures can create a ripple effect of change. This story is more than just an uplifting tale. It's a call to action. It reminds us that we all have the power to make a difference, especially during the holiday season. A kind word, a helping hand, or even a moment of recognition can transform someone's life. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more inspiring tales, or watch the next video to keep the inspiration going.